Home field advantage in the future is going to look a whole lot different in Nashville, Teresa. The renderings of that stadium. Woo, boy, was that a pretty little hype video for a building that doesn't exist yet, but it got me really excited for what that future is going to look like. What do you make of all the conversation around? Is it correct that it will be the most expensive public-funded stadium in NFL?
To this point, in terms of dollars,
Okay.
now apparently there may be others saying a higher percentage, but it's 2022. I mean, the price of everything's going up, up, up. 500 million in state funding. The proposal is for 760 million bonds from Nashville taxpayers. There's a lot of fuss about it but right now the current contract, Bud Adams got a heck of a deal in 1996. And Nashville taxpayers are on the hook for maintenance of that building. And right now, the Titans have been paying the bills, and they say they've got 32 million, I think, in maintenance bills for over the last 4 years. And there is Metro Council went and got their own little opinion from some independent people. And guess what? Their estimate's coming in about the same as the Titans, 1.8 billion with a B. For maintenance, if the Titans pick up their option on the lease that could keep them there till 2039, kind of makes 2.1 billion for a new stadium look better, and it's gorgeous. I mean, the renderings. I know there's a lot of people like meh. It looks like it could fit perfectly with the new 5th and Broadway development, which if you haven't seen it, it's pretty cool. The thing I like and what I think fans should like is the translucent roof. You get the protection from the weather, but it kind of lets the light in. I was in SoFi Stadium, and with that, they've got a translucent roof. And I know all the talk about, oh, it's got to be a retractable. Guys, the Titans did the research. People with retractable roofs open them only like 3% of the time. I mean, think about this. You've got that gorgeous convertible. How many times in Tennessee do you really run around with the roof down? Okay? Maybe a couple times in April, over. The rest of the time, you've got the AC on or you got the heat on and the roof's up. So the Titans made the decision to go save some money and go with the closed roof, dome, whatever you want to call it. I like it, but then I've seen the videos of people who were at the Garth Brooks concert last year when it was thundering and raining and water was pouring into places that were supposed to be dry. So they built the current stadium on the cheap. I know 292 million does not sound cheap, but it was prefab concrete. And, when they went looking, trying to renovate that place and bring it up to, current standards would cost as much essentially as a new building. So math terms, I'm a journalist, but math terms, that sounds like that's the smarter way to go.
Absolutely. It sounds smarter to me as well. And when you think about the major events that we have in this nation from a sports standpoint, from Super Bowls and to Final Fours to CFP games, like all of those are played in domed stadiums and domed arenas. It seems like Nashville and Tennessee are planning on using that stadium to try and attract those types of events. Is Nashville ready for that?
Yes. Now let's go over, they hosted the 2014 Women's Final Four, 2016 NHL All-Star Game, the 2019 NFL Draft. Remember when they set a record 600,000 people over 3 days? The only thing that they needed was a roof over the football stadium to allow them to bid for a Super Bowl, a Final Four. Think about that. College football playoff. And, and the thing that has changed over these last 8 years, the amount of space that has opened up in Nashville. I mean, there's a JW Marriott, there's a Westin, there's a Four Seasons that's now in the Gulch. There's Embassy has something called One that is literally a block away from the Bridgestone Arena. I mean, the hotels that have been going up, they're like mushrooms, If you drive through Nashville, you're going to see cranes everywhere, and they're putting up hotels left and right. So Nashville is ready to, all they've needed now with all this other building that's going on is literally the new stadium component to put them into the bidding for that. And there's been a lot of people worried. It's like, Would they give Nashville a Super Bowl if the capacity is only 60,000 and that's the estimated capacity? In short answer, yes, the NFL and the Titans have talked. Anyone who thinks that the Titans didn't call up the NFL and say, hey, if we do this, will we be able to get a Super Bowl here or no? And let's just say that the NFL wants to be in business in Nashville. The 2019 draft made that very clear. And the Dome Stadium is a piece that gets them into that Super Bowl conversation. Guys, they would need to be in this new stadium. They're hoping to open it for the 26th season. NFL would like to see a team be in a new stadium for at least 2 seasons. I'm thinking Super Bowl in Nashville, February 29th.